I wasn't born into poverty, but I wasn't born into comfort either. I was born into expectation. My name is Mukesh Ambani, and this is my story. It's a story you might think you know, one filled with headlines about wealth, power, and massive numbers. But the truth, the core of my journey, is not about money. It's about building a nation. It's about a promise I made to a man who started with nothing but a dream. My father, Dhirubhai Ambani, was a force of nature. He arrived in Mumbai with a few rupees in his pocket and a fire in his belly. He saw an India that was shackled, an India held back by bureaucracy and scarcity. But where others saw limitations, he saw opportunity. He started with a small textile trading business, working out of a tiny office, but his vision was anything but small. He believed in the power of the Indian people, and their ambition, and their hunger for a better life. He worked relentlessly, day and night, fueled by courage and an unwavering belief that India could, and should, compete with the best in the world. He built Reliance from that humble beginning into a colossal empire, a testament to what one person's dream, combined with relentless execution, could achieve. When he passed away, the world saw it as a transfer of wealth. They saw a son inheriting a kingdom. But what I inherited was far heavier, far more profound than stocks or assets. I inherited his responsibility. I inherited his vision. My duty wasn't just to protect the empire he had built, but to honor his legacy by making it bigger, stronger, and more meaningful for India. The weight of that expectation was immense. The question wasn't, how do I get richer? It was, how do I continue his work of empowering India? In 2002, I formally took the helm of Reliance Industries. At that time, we were a powerhouse in traditional sectors. Oil, gas, petrochemicals, these were the industries that fueled India's initial economic rise. They were solid, dependable, and profitable. We were at the top of our game, a giant in the old economy. But I've always believed that you can drive forward by looking in the rearview mirror. I saw the world changing at a pace we had never seen before. A new language was being spoken, a new currency was emerging, and it wasn't oil. It was data. I knew, with absolute certainty, that India's future wouldn't be built on pipelines of petroleum. It would be built on fiber optic cables carrying information. The next great leap for our nation would be a digital one. While we were strong in the old world, we were virtually non-existent in the new one. India was digitally starved. Internet access was a luxury, a privilege for the few. A gigabyte of data cost a fortune, and mobile calls were metered by the minute. For a nation of over 1 billion people, this digital divide was a chasm, holding back progress, innovation, and the aspiration of millions. So, I made a decision that many called reckless, foolish, even insane. A decision that would redefine not just Reliance but India itself. We were going to build a digital superhighway for 1 billion people. We would create a network so vast, so powerful, and so affordable that it would bring every single Indian into the digital age. This wasn't just a business plan. It was a national mission. In 2016, after years of meticulous planning and massive investment, we launched Jio. The proposition was simple yet revolutionary. We offered high-speed 4G internet at prices the world had never seen. We made voice calls completely free. We gave people unlimited access to a world of information, entertainment, and opportunity that had previously been locked away. The reaction from the industry, from the analysts, from the media was immediate and brutal. They all laughed. They said, "This is financial suicide." They predicted our downfall. "You'll lose billions," they warned. And for a while, they were right. The initial losses were staggering. The balance sheet bled red. But my focus was never on the quarterly earnings report. I wasn't chasing short-term profit. I was chasing reach. I was chasing scale. I was chasing a vision where a farmer in a remote village had the same access to information as a CEO in Mumbai. I believed that if we could connect India, the value we would unlock would be immeasurable. We were investing not just in infrastructure, but in people. We were betting on the ingenuity, the creativity, and the ambition of 1 billion Indians. And that bet paid off more spectacularly than anyone could have imagined. Within just 3 years of our launch, India, a country that was once at the bottom of the list, became the world's largest consumer of mobile data. The digital revolution I had dreamed of was no longer a dream. It was a reality, happening in real time in every city, town, and village across the nation. Reliance was transformed. We were no longer just an oil and gas company. We became a technology company, a digital services company. But more than that, we became a symbol of a new India, an India that was connected, confident, and ready to take on the world. The Jio effect rippled through the entire economy. It spawned new startups, created new jobs, and empowered small businesses. It changed how we learn, how we bank, how we entertain ourselves, and how we connect with each other. Today, the Reliance footprint touches almost every corner of Indian life. From the energy that powers our homes and industries to the telecom network that connects us all. From the retail stores where we buy our daily necessities to the entertainment we consume on our screens, we are one of the largest employers in the country, providing livelihoods to hundreds of thousands of families. But our impact goes far beyond that. Through our platforms, we empower millions of small merchants, entrepreneurs, and creators. We provide the tools they need to grow, to innovate, and to succeed. And we are not done. We are just getting started. We are now pioneering India's green energy transition, making massive investments to build a sustainable future. Because my father taught me that a business must have a social purpose. It must contribute to the well-being of the society it serves. Business isn't just about making money. It's about making an impact. It's about solving real-world problems and creating value for everyone, not just for shareholders. The world often measures success and wealth in dollars and market capitalization and rankings on a list. But that is not my metric. I measure my life's work in transformation. I measure it in the number of lives we've touched, in the opportunities we've created, and in the progress we've enabled for our country. My name is Mukesh Ambani, and while the headlines might say I built a company, I want my legacy to be that I helped build a country. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to see more content that goes beyond the surface.